So I've got all these flapjacks in me, and of course I've started drinking, and they've started swelling in my stomach really, really badly. Now this is quite hard to believe, and when I tell people now it's very difficult to believe, but in actual fact on that particular occasion, ate about 20 flapjacks, and I know that because it was a box of 24 and I was left with a couple left. So I've got all these flapjacks in me. I've started drinking. I'm swelling to the point where I actually collapsed, and you just couldn't have crammed any more in there if you wanted to. So I've been taken to hospital on a stretcher, put in the ambulance, taken to the hospital, and they give me something to help me to, obviously get this out, because I sort of had a blockage. I needed to get rid of it. So there I am in this ward, and they've sat me on this commode right in the middle, and there was a woman next to me that was obviously in pain. Now I'm sitting there on this commode, absolutely in agony, and I needed to flush this out. And my ex-girlfriend at the time is walking into the hospital, and all she could hear was the woman next to me going, "Help me!" Well, it was as if she was saying that because I was obviously next to her, but it wasn't. It was because she was in pain. But it was just quite funny. And of course, the nurse keeps popping in to see if I'm all right. I said, "Oh, please, I just need to get onto a normal toilet. I need some privacy." So I managed to get to a normal toilet, and luckily I managed to get rid of it, and of course then I was flat again and everything was back to normal and we were fine. But it was just a little example of you need to be careful after a show, because like I said, you could just keep eating and you just won't stop. So we've got a couple of things here. One is that where you've got to be very careful what you eat, because that can be a problem. And also the depression, like we talked about before, you've got to be very careful with that, because that can sink in. You have your show, and it's like an anticlimax. So after the show, you start getting very, very depressed. So you need to be aware of that. So my advice is, after the show, you need to trickle the foods in, and don't go mad. I mean, to be honest with you, the best thing to do is just get a little bit of water in you and start building it up, and basically just eat a bit more of what you were dieting on, and just, if you can, and this ain't easy obviously, is you just sort of like put the odd meal in here and there, but if you start ramming it in, then you're going to have problems. So be very, very careful, one, of how you eat afterwards, and two, the depression. Now, some people I know sort of end up having long-term effects from shows. They end up looking back, and the depression can last a lot longer. So, you've got to be able to get back onto a healthy, normal diet again. You've got to understand that when you're doing a show, it's extreme. So when you're getting ready for the show, you're getting ready for the show. When you're not, you're not. And luckily, I'm one of these, I can just switch. When I'm in prep, bang, I'm in prep. When I'm not, I'm fine with it. I can just sort of like eat normally and everything's good. But I know a lot of people that they see their bodies and they're not happy anymore. They get the depression. They can never really get out of it. So it's something that you need to be aware of. Once the show's done, you've got to accept that you can't look like that all the time. It's just not possible. You can't walk around show ready all the time. So you are going to smooth over. You're not always going to be at your best. I think, and once you mentally understand this, it's fine. There's times when I've actually, my wife, she makes fun of me, and because I have a huge big belly off season sometimes, but Captain Drum, she calls me. but it's just, I don't get upset, I don't worry about it, because I have the confidence, and I know that at any time, like I've just proved, if I want to, I can get it off. So it's not a problem. So, I have my off season, I enjoy it, I've got fat before, I've been in shape before, but I always train, but I know that obviously it's just not possible to walk around in show condition all the time. So be aware of that, take it easy after a show, don't go mad with the food, just trickle it in, and don't do what I did and end up in hospital. I'll speak to you soon.